Hi everyone, this is Sunera from Itsy Bitsy, and I'm here to show you how I made this really pretty bedroom furniture for a dollhouse that I was working on using some fabulous Itsy Bitsy supplies. Now to get started, I'm going to work on the bed, and for the bed I found a box, a discarded box which actually had some breakfast bars in them, and I'm going to wrap the box using some paper from the Die Cuts with a View fresh floral stack. It's very straightforward wrapping. The only thing that I would mention is I'm not using regular sticky tape. I'm using itsy bitsy double-sided tape because then you don't see any sticky tape at the outside. It's all concealed inside. So I'm just wrapping it just like I would a present. Really straightforward stuff. I've also made sure that my bed is the appropriate size for the room, the dollhouse room. I've kind of measured it and checked how it fits beforehand. And I'm now wrapping it with this pretty paper from Itsy Bitsy. Now I want to add a lace trim at the edge of the bed, almost like a tree skirt. So I've got this piece of lace. It's a bit too broad, so I'm just cutting it into half. And because I want gathers, I'm making sure the length is double what I need. That's a good rule of thumb. Anytime you want gathers for anything, just measure the actual length and then double it. Now I'm adding a little bit of glue from my glue gun and just pinching and gluing and pinching and gluing, and in so doing I'm creating a little frilly skirt for the bed. Here you can get a better look at how I'm doing it. I add a bit of glue and then I do a little pinch and glue and pinch and glue. The glue from a glue gun is really strong. It holds things intact for a long time, but it also dries really fast. So, it's not possible for me to add the glue for the entire bed at one go. I have to do it in these little batches, but that suits me just fine because then I can make sure it's done right. And it sticks so fast that I don't have to worry about it slipping out of place. So by now I've kind of got the hang of the whole thing. I know how to do the frills properly, so I was able to add a full line of glue, but as always it will dry up towards the end and I'm going to add a fresh patch. Now I don't need it on the fourth side because that's where the headboard is going to come, and for that I'm going to set this frilly bed aside. So for my headboard, I'm taking a scallop oval die from Itsy Bitsy, coupled with a piece of blue pearl cardstock, and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. And here's the die cut once it's cut. I also want a nice pretty embossed design on my headboard, so I'm putting my favorite floral folder and again running it through the Big Shot. And here's how my headboard looks when it's embossed. Next, I'm just going to keep it alongside my bed and chop off the what I believe is the excess. That looks about right. Then I'm going to glue it in place by putting a fair amount of glue right on this portion here. I'm being liberal with the glue because I want my headboard to stick firmly. I'm even going to press it down, turn it over and press it down so that it's nice and secure. It's a really pretty design, the embossed design, but I can't resist adding a few pearls as well. So I've got some really fat, I think they're 6 mm pearls, and on each of the scallops, I'm just going to add a tiny little, not very tiny, it's quite a fat pearl. It looks pretty small from here, but when you look at it up close, it's not one of the tiny ones at all. Doesn't that look sweet, my little headboard? Love it. Quite vintage, old-fashioned maybe, but so pretty. Alright, now it's time to work on the bedspread or the blanket. For that I'm going to use some lace that I've got in my stash. It's not very broad, so in order to create the width that I need, I'm gonna cut three different panels of it. Here I've got the first two panels, both cut the same size, and I'm just going to cut one more panel. And then when you see me laying it on the bed, you'll see how I'm going to achieve the bedspread feel that I want to get. So I'm going to take out some waste paper and then add some glue to the lace. The reason I'm adding the glue over a newspaper is because since lace is totally net material, the glue will go through and actually stick on the paper as well. So as I'm adding the glue and gluing the lace panels, I'm peeling it off so that the lace doesn't stick to the paper. Now my next effort is to add a little definition to the top of the bed sheet slash blanket. I'm using some Kaisercraft gross grain ribbon from Itsy Bitsy, and with that I'm adding this ribbon on the edge. I'm really fortunate I've got all the colors that I need, so it's really going really well, my overall look. So now my blanket is pretty much done. I'm gonna now just fold the edges so that it doesn't pop out so unnaturally. Just folding the edges so it falls a little more naturally along the side of the bed. Next, what I'm going to do is add some embellishments to the blanket. Once again, my trusted pearls are coming in handy, and Itsy Bitsy has these adhesive pearls in so many colors and sizes. I'm using now some blue adhesive pearls, and they're much smaller than the pearls I used on the headboard, so they look pretty delicate and nice on the edge of my blanket or bedspread. I'm also going to add it to the ribbon edge on the top. And the good thing about these adhesive pearls is that they are because they're adhesive, they just stick in place. You don't have to add any glue or anything. So it's very easy to work with and you can achieve your results very quickly. Right. Now my next effort is going to be to show you how I made the pillows for the bed. For that I'm using some satin ribbon, it's 2 inches thick, again from Itsy Bitsy, and I'm going to take my glue gun, fold the ribbon in half and then put a line of glue just on the fold line. Then I'm going to add this edge of glue on the other 3 sides as well. But bear in mind that the side that is open or the side that is cut, it is always a good idea to fold that inwards and then glue it, because when it comes to satin ribbon, you're always going to have some threads hanging out. So the only way to create a really neat effect is to fold the seam inwards. And once I folded both sides inwards, then I'm just gonna glue the two sides together. It is another line of glue there, and I'm gonna glue it together. Now the filler for my pillow is the Itsy Bitsy pom-poms. You get them in so many colors. I'm using the white large size pom-poms. I'm stuffing it in just as I would any other cushion. Doesn't it look cute? And then a final line of glue right at the edge to finish off my cushion. You can of course stitch this whole thing if you like, but I don't have the patience for that. So my pillow is going to look like so. Now I'm going to show you how I made the lamp, which is I made 2 lamps for the bedroom. They're tall standing lamps, and for that you're going to need a host of Itsy Bitsy jewelry making supplies, starting with the head pin. Now the head pin, Itsy Bitsy has different sizes and different colors. I'm using this silver head pin and I'm gluing it head down on a button, which again I've got from Itsy Bitsy. Then I'm going to add a flower cap. It's a kind of a filler accessory for jewelry making. It gives a nice look to pearls, particularly because it kind of cradles the pearl. Then I'm going to add another flower cap on top of that. And if you notice, between each flower cap and pearl, I'm adding a little dollop of glue so that it all stays in place. After I completed that for one head pin length, I'm adding a button to the top, and then I'm just going to repeat the procedure for another head pin, because I want my lamp to be a tall standing lamp, not a table lamp. So I'm going to take another head pin. I'm going to add a pearl to it and a flower cap, another filler, another pearl, another flower cap, just replicating the same procedure that I did the first time around. And then I'm going to glue this entire piece. The final filler, I'm putting a dollop of glue so it all stays tightly secure. Then a nice dollop of glue on the button to add this to the top. So now I've got a tall standing lamp. Of course, I never have the patience to hold things in place, so I'm always jumping the gun. Now I've kept it nicely secured and it's glued together. For my lampshade, I'm using some muffin containers. These are actually really small sizes, so you can use them for chocolates as well. I'll just turn it over and pop it on the top. And my lamp is almost ready. Just one more final feature. Of course, it had to be pearls. So the same blue pearls which are edging the bedspread are now going to be edging my lampshade. As I'm doing this, I have to say it wasn't so easy to do. I would suggest that you do it, add the pearls before you stick the lampshade on top of the lamp stand. Anyway, that's the final step in this dollhouse furniture tutorial. This is the final lamp, and I made one more of that. And here's the bedroom with the bed sheet and the lamps and the pillows and the lovely headboard. How do you like how my entire room is looking? Here's a close-up of the pillows. Don't they look cute? All puffy with a pom-pom in the center. And how do you like my headboard? Here is a closer look at the lamp with all the details of all the fillers and the flower caps in the middle, and of course the rim of pearls at the top. And here's the entire dollhouse with all the 4 rooms, and of course a focus on the room that we've been making together today. And with that, we've come to the end of another Itsy Bitsy tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it useful and inspires you to create your own dollhouse for your little one. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned to many more tutorials from all of us here at Itsy Bitsy.